Q4 and 2020 financial results prediction. Welcome to my Tesla weekend. This was supposed to be part of today's live earnings stream, but as my first stream, I wasn't aware that YouTube requires 24 hours to enable streaming. My fault. So here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and get this done and out before it's too late, and we're going to do it just like we would have if I had actually gotten a live stream going. Bumping the mic, that's always good. That's a sign of quality is what that is. So I've only twice made revenue predictions, and it was before I had the channel. The first time I did a very, very good job, and the second time I did not. So this time I decided to get a little crunchier with the numbers, and let's see if that pays off. So I don't know. I know Wall Street analysts and even the YouTubers like to dig really deep, get really into the weeds, and break everything down really, really far. And my philosophy is you don't need to do that. You just need to get a good picture. And garbage in, garbage out, good data, you know. So there's one of the differences, I suppose, is that we're all kind of guessing. And more guesses piled on top of each other doesn't make the margin of error any better. So let's see what we got here. If we look at the deliveries, we've got, I'm comparing everything to Q3 because that will give us a very good baseline. Q3 is a quarter not unlike this one. So the market consensus is that it'll be 180,570 vehicles. And I think that's fair. I just went with 200 over. 200 over. Let's see how that does. Auto revenue, Wall Street is thinking, and by Wall Street, these are the consensus estimates compiled by Tesla. So I assume that means they're throwing out the junk. They're believing 9.3 billion is the revenue, but I came up with 9.8. So I think it's going to be a big beat on auto revenue. And what I did is I used the same margin as, let's see, I need to turn this on. I used the same vehicle margin as they enjoyed in Q3. The same average selling price, And I think with that average selling price, we're going to do well. We're going to do well. Regulatory credits, Wall Street is thinking 305 million, but I'm saying it's the same as Q3. I don't see why it would be different. So there it is. They obviously know something I don't, but good for them, I suppose. Energy sector. The consensus is saying 582 million. I don't know. Fine. That's not a sector I particularly follow or study. So I'm thinking their guess is probably reasonable. I don't know. To which I said, market consensus. Fine. It's fine. Sales general and administrative revenue. 649 million is Wall Street. I just said whatever the previous quarter was, plus, let's make sure that's right. Yeah, plus 7%. So I'm saying a lower amount than they did. Boom, 7% increase. So here we go. Let's find out how crazy I am. I'm saying Wall Street is saying 10.5 billion. And I know some of the other really great analysts online are putting it about in this range, but I mean, everybody is. But my number, 11 billion, just a hair over 11. That could be a miss. So let's talk about the profit, the automotive profit. The consensus is 2.4 billion, but I have a higher figure, obviously, 2.7. And part of that is I'm using the same margins as the previous quarter. Margins have been pushed down on things like the Made in China Model Y or Model 3, both really, but the Model 3. But there are increasing efficiencies of scale that come with producing 11 kajillion, and I believe those are going to keep the margins roughly the same. Regulatory credits, they said 305. I said, meh, just keep it the same. And that's straight profit. Energy sector, again, I kind of went with their guidance. So, oh no, I went with the same as Q3. So we'll see how that works out. And boom, same as Q3. And sales, general, and administrative. Market consensus is they'll lose 73. Mine's, again, same as Q3, adjusted by 7%. So while the Wall Street consensus, I guess, the analyst consensus is 2.4 billion in gross profit, I'm saying almost 7. And boy, if it hits that, hold on to yo butts, because the profit's going to be, the stocks is going to, it might perform. It might just perform. Now I'm not a gambling man. I don't do options, and that served me well, because every time I've tried to make a guess about which direction the stock would move after earnings are released, I've been mistaken. So I'm going to say it's going to go up, which means it's probably going to go down. What about the, and one more thing. What about guidance? I think Elon's going to guide for 850 to underperform the market, to underperform what they can actually do, to underpromise, so they can overdeliver more easily. I believe handily it's going to be closer to 1 million, but I don't think he's going to say that, because the last thing you want to do is annoy the people who got the money, I guess. So again, bear in mind, not a financial planner, just a random dude on YouTube, on the interwebs, with a really great webcam that I bought for a thing recently, and I apologize for the state of my studio. I thought I'd have more time, but you can't live stream. I can't do my first live stream, guys. It's really frustrating. So yeah, if the channel's approved later today, I will be back to live stream, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen in time, so that's frustrating. One thing I did want to say with the one more thing is the guidance, 850. I believe, I'm going to say 80% chance there's going to be some announcement about the Model S and X, which I'm still convinced is not a refresh, but a whole new car. Come on, baby, don't let me down. I'd say there's a 20% chance we'll get an announcement on a new Gigafactory location. But I think they've got their hands full right now, just super, super full. And they don't like to announce those until they actually start them. So I don't really think that's going to happen. I don't think there'll be any new product announcements. Yeah. So the last thing on the predictions, I would say cash on hand, still 18 to 20 billion is my guess. 18 to 20. Lock it in. Put it up on the big board. Yum, yum, yum. The Crown on DVD. DVD box set of The Crown. Nothing better than stealing a joke and butchering it. Get out of the kiln. Okay, anything else? So let's see here. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. I'm off on consensus by 5%. I think there's something on here I need to unhide. Yeah. Yep. There it is. I am 5% off on consensus. This I don't need to show. What am I doing? What I'm doing is getting this out quickly. Otherwise, I'll spend 7 hours on it and earnings will have come and gone. And you guys just won't know what's actually happening. Yeah, so that's it. I'm a fair bit higher than consensus. Those are my numbers. So let's see how it goes. Thank you to all my Patreons. I'm not even going to cut that out. Including the Toy Man, who just joined at the very cool level, and Jim Parsons at the cool level, and to Ralph and David R., who just upgraded. Very cool. Yeah. So if my channel is approved for streaming, I'll be back. In the meantime, stay tuned, stay juicy, and I can't wait to hear from you clever robots, preferably live next time.